Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a transformation video. I think I did one of these on my channel before and it was like a Instagram transformation, transforming myself into like an Instagram baddie or something like that. So I figured I would do another one, except we're going to transform ourselves from this crusty dusty mess to hopefully something a little bit more attractive, even though as we know, we're not going anywhere, so we're just gonna transform ourselves into a better version of ourselves to go sit on the couch and watch Netflix. I don't know about you guys, but that's literally all I've been doing is drinking coffee and watching Netflix and laying in my bed and watching YouTube videos. I feel like that's all we're doing, so I figured I would give you guys a video to kind of distract you guys from what's going on in the real world, because my anxiety has been through the fucking roof, let me tell you, from all this stuff going on. So I just want to put some makeup on and get ready with you guys and like transform myself to something better than this, because I just need to feel better. I need to feel better about my appearance, about my mindset needs to just be somewhere else for a little bit. So let's play with makeup. If you guys want to see me transform myself, then just keep watching. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my skin first because we need to fix this situation. So, the primer today that I'm gonna use is, actually, hold on, I need to moisturize my face because God knows we need that. So the moisturizer I'm gonna use is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It looks like this. It's a really good moisturizer, especially for underneath makeup. And it smells like oranges, so I love this for underneath my makeup. It's not like oily or anything, it just really helps kind of moisturize everything and not make you look like a crusty mess, which I feel like I look like right now. So we're just gonna use some of this. I feel like my face always goes like super red after I use moisturizer. And then I'm going to take my favorite Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is my favorite chapstick. And we're going to put this all over our crusty dusty lip. Now that we have our moisturizer on, I'm going to go in with my primer. And the primer I'm going to use is the Cover FX Gripping Primer. It just looks like that. This is pretty similar to like the Sicily primer that I talked about in my favorites video, because it has like that same kind of sticky consistency where when you start blending it in, it starts to get like your hands start to stick to your face. I love primers like that because I feel like my foundation really sticks to them, kind of like that glow to your skin. So I really like this primer. And then to fill my pores, I'm going to use the Makeupforever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I've used this for years. It's my favorite pore filling primer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm just going to put that in my T-zone. So for foundation, I'm kind of going to do like a concoction because I love mixing my foundations and like creating my own little perfect foundation. So I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Cover Foundation. Okay, so my card got full, so I don't know where I stopped talking, but I had to like delete some stuff. So I'm just still blending out my foundation and I'm spraying my brush. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more coverage where I feel I need it. I love these combined because they're really full coverage foundations on their own. But when you mix them together, it's like the ultimate coverage. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm just using the shade Fair Neutral and I'm gonna use this underneath my eyes. This is my favorite concealer, like, of all time. I don't know what it is about this concealer, but I don't think I've used another concealer in so long, ever since this came out. I just feel like it gives the best coverage. I love the finish. It doesn't crease on me. It's just my favorite. Okay, so I just do under my eyes and then in the center of my face. And I kind of let this sit for a little bit because I feel like the longer you let it sit, the more coverage you get. So I kind of just chill for a little bit. I'm even going to grab my little fan to kind of like dry it up a little bit more. So I just take my little fan and kind of dry my face. And then I take my sponge again and spray it. And then I start on my chin and then I go up and then I do my eyes last. And then I'm going to spray my sponge. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. I talked about this in my recent favorites video. This is such a good baked bronzer, and I normally don't use like cream contours or anything, but this is just such a good stick contour. So I'm going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and I'm going to spray the brush. So then I take my sponge again and I just kind of go over everything so that there's no splotches or anything. Okay, so that's what it looks like with just the cream contour. So it definitely like warmed up my skin. I don't look like as ghostly right now, even though I still look ghostly. But not as bad. I'm gonna use the Cupcake powder from Huda Beauty. This is my favorite under eye setting powder. It's kind of like a pink undertone, so it really does brighten underneath my eyes. I'm also gonna set my eyelids. So now I'm actually going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade Medium Deep. I really like this because I set my contour with the translucent powder. For the longest time I used to set my face just with regular translucent powder just all over my skin, and I feel like it kind of washed me out a little bit. So I recently picked this one up and I've been loving how it looks. So it's just like a darker translucent powder. So if you are a deeper skin tone, this one I think would work better than the original Laura Mercier powder. So I'm just going to use my favorite brush. It's the e.l.f. angled blush brush. So it's just like a brush like this. And I'm just going to take a little bit in the cap. And I'm just going to set the cream contour. Okay, I know I look crazy right now, but it's a process. So just trust the process. But now I'm gonna take the Cover FX translucent powder and I'm just gonna use this on my sponge. And I'm just going to set right here underneath where I applied that contour. You guys, I look psycho. And then I'm gonna do it in the center of my forehead as well. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a Morphe E3 brush. It's just like a powder brush, and I'm just going to dust this off. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and I'm just going to spray my face. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna take my blush palette. Let me wipe it off because it's a freaking mess. So for blush, I'm gonna use the Morphe 9N palette. It just looks like this. These are super pigmented blushes, so I highly recommend them if you are looking for really inexpensive blushes. And I'm just gonna use my Morphe E4 blush brush. I'm going to take these two right here, and I'm just going to mix those together. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of contour. I'm going to use my Hoola Benefit contour. So now I'm going to take a brush, and I'm just going to apply a little bit down the center of my nose, or the sides of my nose. And I always contour, like I kind of connect it in this area, because when I go in with eyeshadow, it'll blend out. It's going to look crazy for a second, just trust me. And then I apply a little bit on the bottom of my nose. And then I always kind of shorten my nostrils right here. I don't know if this really does anything, but I do it. So I'm just putting a little bit of contour right on the sides of my nostrils. And I almost feel like it kind of like pinches your nose in a little bit. Oh my god, I looked at the viewfinder. I look like a psycho. Let me fix this. Okay, so to kind of like snatch my nose a little bit more, I always take my Studio Fix powder in the shade NC10. This is like a super, super light full coverage powder. And I use my MAC 106 brush. It's just like an angle brush. This is my favorite brush to contour, like kind of bake the sides of my nose. So I'm just going to take this and I kind of like stamp it on this side of my nose. I feel like this makes a huge difference in like nose contour when you bake this side of your nose. Okay, so I look crazy, but it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll be right back, and then we can finish up the rest of the face. Okay guys, so I just did my eyebrows off of camera. If you guys want an in-depth eyebrow routine, please let me know in the comments below and I'll do that for you guys. But now I'm just going to wipe off this bake. So it's been on my nose for maybe like five minutes or so. So I'm just going to wipe this off. So as you can see, my nose looks a lot more snatched. Hopefully it's coming across on camera like it is in person, because right now it looks really nice and smooth, but that viewfinder be trying me sometimes, so I don't know how it's gonna look on camera. So now I'm gonna do my eyeshadow, and I was thinking I want to do something like glam, but yet easy to achieve, but still glam. I don't know. We're just gonna roll with it. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I have this Morphe palette here. I'm like wiping everything off because my makeup is filthy dirty. That should probably be like something I should do, is clean out my makeup collection, since there's nothing else to do. This is the 9B Bronze Babe palette. I've never used this before. I've swatched it, but I don't think I've ever done it on my eyes. So we're gonna try some of these shadows, and then I have this Natasha Denona little palette here. This one's the Mini Nude palette. This one I've tried and I love these eyeshadows. They are so buttery and smooth, and they're really easy to work with. So I don't know, we're just gonna see what happens. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna take my Morphe R37. It's just a fluffy brush like that, and I'm gonna pick up the color Hang 10, which is this one right in the center. So I'm just gonna use that as my transition shade, and I'm gonna use the mirror that comes with the palette. So and I'm really gonna bring this into the inner corner as well to kind of blend into that nose contour. So I'm really gonna blend like right in this area. But so far, this is a really nice color. It's just like a nice warm transition shade. So I'm really flicking this out towards my temple because I really want this to be kind of blown out. I think I'm going to use Road Trip, which is right next to the first color we went in with. So I'm just going to apply that with the same brush. just right in my crease again. And I always kind of like lift my eyebrows to really get in this socket area of my eye to really help blend. So I'm just going back and forth. So now I'm going to take the Natasha Denona palette and I'm going to pick up this really dark color right here on. So I'm going to take this on a smaller brush. This one I think is the Morphe M433. This is one of my favorite brushes ever for the outer corner of my eye. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner. And I'm just going to stamp this first to kind of get the color where I want it. And then I'm just kind of like blending back and forth. So now I'm just going to take that fluffy brush and just blend right all over that color to make sure that there's no harsh lines. So I'm going to take the color right here in the center. It'll focus. This one right here in the center, and that's going to go all over my lid. And I'm going to take my MAC 239 shader brush. It's just like a flat brush like this. It's really easy to apply all over the lid. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some of that color on my brush, and I'm going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush just to help the color stick better, and it's not going to give me any fallout. This color is so freaking pretty, you guys. It's like the perfect bronze. So I'm pretty much bringing this all the way to the crease. So I'm just going to take my fan and kind of dry my eyes, because if I went in and blended this, it would start looking patchy and stuff. So I'm just going to dry my eyes with my fan. Okay, so I'm going to take that color again that I used on the outer corner, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit and just pat on the outer edge just to darken up the outer corner. So I'm going to take a flat definer brush. This is the Morphe M432, and I'm just going to take that same color and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line, just really tight against my lower lashes. And then I'm going to take my favorite brush to blend underneath my lash line. It's the Morphe M506. And I'm going to take kind of like a mix between the two colors I used in my transition shade, so Hang 10 and Road Trip. So I'm just going to mix these two together and just blend out that color. Okay, so just to add a little bit more drama, I'm going to take Feline Eye Pencil from MAC, and I'm just going to apply this to my waterline. So now I'm going to take the color, what is this? Volcano. So it's just like a dark kind of brown color, and I'm going to tap this on my top lash line just so that I have like a nice dark band for when I apply false lashes. So I'm just kind of pressing this on my lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of that color and I'm going to put it in my lower lash line. Okay, so just for a little extra like glam, I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter, like the tiniest bit of glitter. This is MAC Gold Glitter, And I'm just going to apply this with my finger, and I'm just gonna kind of tap over the center. So to let the glitter stick, I'm gonna use the NYX Glitter Glue. This is my favorite glitter glue to use. Tap this on just a little. And then tap my finger into the glitter. I just want like the smallest amount of glitter. I don't want too much. Okay, so now I'm just going to apply some L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara to my lashes, and then I'm going to apply some false lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I just went ahead and applied my eyelashes. I use the Flutter lashes in the style Intoxicating. Those are my all-time favorite lashes. So I just popped those on. I've worn these probably like, I'm not even kidding, like 20 times now. I just keep taking the glue off and then putting it back on because, I don't know, these are my favorite lashes ever, and they go with any eye look that you want to do, especially if you don't want to do eyeliner with it because the lash band is so dark. So I'm obsessed with these. So now I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my face. Actually, no, I'm gonna highlight my inner corners first. So I'm gonna use MAC Whisper of Gilt because I feel like it'll tie in with the gold. So I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. So that completes the eyes. So now I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my face. So I'm gonna take my highlight brush, the M501, and I'm just gonna go in with the Whisper of Gilt as like my base highlight. And then I'm gonna top it off with the JACLYN Hill one. There she is. She's back. She's alive. I swear highlight makes everything better. If you feel like shit, just put highlighter on and you will feel so much better. I'm gonna take some of my finger and just put a little on the tip of my nose. And then I put some on the center of my forehead, my Cupid's bow, and a little on the chin. Then I'm gonna take just a little bit of these two top ones from the JACLYN Hill one, and I'm just gonna mix them together and just hit it right on the top. Just for a little extra glow. So now I'm just gonna take my setting mist again and just spray my face. So for my lip liner, I'm gonna take MAC Cork lip liner. This is one of my favorite lip liners ever for that like dark, grungy kind of line. And I always slightly overdraw my bottom lip and top lip just to give a little bit more of a pout. Okay, and then for lipstick, I'm gonna take Peachstock from MAC, and I'm gonna apply it right to the center of my lips. I'm just gonna take my finger and just kind of like blend this out. So makeup is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair off camera, and then I will come back to show you the finished transformation. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so that completes this video. I feel so much better. I look like a different person now. As opposed to what we started with. So yeah, that completes this video. I really hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna go shut the camera off and probably go make some food because I'm starving. I wouldn't be surprised if you heard my stomach growling this entire time because I'm so hungry. But yeah, and I'm probably gonna go watch some Netflix because that's, you know, that's all we can do. But at least we're gonna look like boss-ass bitches when we do it, so it's fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But other than that, I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye!